Welcome back. I am Laura, and I am your dental office front office rock star founder. I don't know that I'm the rock star, but I founded the business, and I'm here answering questions from our customers and users, people who are following us on social media. And today we're going to talk about morning huddles and dental emergencies. So, two topics which a lot of times when I bring them up when I'm speaking, I see people rolling their eyes. Morning huddles mostly because dentists don't love them, or we should be doing them, but we're not. So I see that. And then dental emergencies. Is it a true emergency? And man, that messes up our schedule. So let's jump into those two things because they're both topics that I think are we all deal with, we all should be dealing with, and that we could talk more about of like how to make them better in your practice. So let's talk about morning huddle. The morning huddle, I know you've heard this. If you have a morning huddle and you're proud of it and it's great, actually, I'd love for you to put in the comments of what you do that you love or what's so great about your morning huddle, because we can all share and learn from one another. But many times the morning huddle is either something you're not having in your practice or you're not running efficiently. If I say morning huddle and you kind of are like, oh, right? Or like, oh, we do it, but you're probably not doing it correctly. Morning huddle should not be something where we come in and somebody reads the schedule to us. I can go in and read the schedule. Like I can look at my computer and see who's coming in for the day. So the morning huddle is not meant for us to read the schedule. The morning huddle is meant for us to get on the same page about what's going on in today's schedule, for us to work as a team proactively to handle whatever needs to happen to better run today's schedule and tomorrow's schedule, and to leave as a team motivated as one happy family or as one, unified front to go fight the day. Okay. So thinking about that, there are specific things that your team members need to understand and know and come to the morning huddle with. First of all, is you need to have rules around your morning huddle. You need to know how the morning huddle is going to run. The first and most important morning thing about morning huddle is it needs to start on time. The doctor and leadership needs to be involved, and it can't take an hour. Okay, so it needs to run efficiently. We need to be there on time. We need to know what the agenda is, and we need to accomplish that in the time frame we have set aside, which means we don't walk in with our breakfast, talking about last night, what everybody did. We come in ready to huddle. Okay. The second part of it is we need to have the agenda. What are we going to talk about? And everybody needs to come to the huddle with their part of the agenda, with their information. And we have in lots of great speakers out there, consultants training. There's lots of opportunities to find a huddle that works for you. We have one at Front Office Rocks. I'm sure you've seen them other places. You can search on the internet, but you need to agree with your team. What are we going to talk about in the huddle? Who brings what to the huddle? And everybody's responsible for bringing their part. Front office team members, you need to bring, do they have outstanding treatment? Do they have family members who haven't come in? Have they referred somebody in a while? Do they have a balance? Hygienists, do they have outstanding perio? Dental assistants, are there lab cases in? What's the next thing on the treatment plan? What's left that they have to get done? Like we all need to bring the data about that patient or the schedule and come together about it so we're all on the same page. Because what happens many times is we come in the dental office in the morning and the assistants go in their area, the hygienists go in their area, the doctor goes in the office, front office in the front, and we're not on the same page. So the huddle gives us an opportunity to collaborate about the patients of the day and then about the schedule. When looking at the schedule, the whole team should know, what are our daily goals? Are we going to get them today? If we're not going to get them, what could we do to make our goal today? Where are there some holes in the schedule? Where are some patients with outstanding treatment? What does the schedule look like tomorrow? What could we do to make sure tomorrow's schedule looks better? What can we do today to make sure that today's schedule looks better? What can we do to make sure it runs more efficiently? So as a team, we should be looking at the schedule, right? We should be planning ahead and fixing accordingly. We don't want to walk in the morning and say, well, today's schedule sucks. Oh, well, have fun. See you later. Like we should be working on it. Like we can see ahead of time. Let's be proactive about the schedule and not reactive later when we're all upset with each other slamming instruments. So this is an opportunity for us to review the patients, things that we need to know as a team, review the schedule, review where we are for numbers and goals, and as a team come together to fight that fight. And then lastly, ending the huddle on a high note, like whatever it looks like for you, whether it's a joke, whether it's a video. I know that Dental Intel has fun videos. We have morning huddle motivators at Front Office Rocks. There's YouTube videos, there's TED Talks, like something short and fast that can get the team started on the right foot, because we want to go out. We have hard, stressful days, and we want to go out at least starting the day in the best attitude we can. So the huddle really is the foundation of a day that's successful. And taking it out of dental for a minute, if you look at any other businesses that work as a team in a high stressful environment, they start with a huddle in the morning. I've seen, thank goodness, when I get on a plane, I see the flight crew. They have a huddle before they get on. Doctor has a check sheet, or the pilot has a check sheet of what we have to go over before we get on that plane. Before there's a big event, a wedding, the team huddles. Like, this is a business thing that needs to happen. And in dental, as the leader, you should be getting your team on the same page each and every day. There's lots of questions about, what if my team members are not there? What if we go late, or, we start later hours or different hours? There's a lot of options to that. And you can reach out to us at Front Office Rocks and I'll give you ideas, but you should be having some sort of communication with your team to get everybody on the same page every day. Okay. Which leads us very well into the next thing about dental emergencies, because one of my favorite things about the morning huddle is when we talk about dental emergencies. Emergencies in the schedule really can mess us up, right? We know we're going to have dental emergencies, and yet we stick them in the schedule and then it has us run behind, or we're trying to sideline people, or we're staying late, or we're skipping lunch. And the problem with that is, when we stick in these dental emergencies, the schedule then runs us. We're reactive of the schedule instead of being proactive. We're no longer in control of our day, because now we're squeezing in patients that weren't scheduled in the beginning, trying to take care of our patients and also run the schedule, effectively. So when it comes to dental emergencies, first is, we have to make sure, and I have training at this at Front Office Rocks. If your team's not trained, you need to make sure they fully understand when they're answering the phones, what is a dental emergency? What's a true dental emergency? Because a patient who calls in and says, hey, it's Friday afternoon at 4:00 and I chipped my tooth on Monday and it's now rubbing on the edge of my tongue and it's kind of bothering me a little bit. Can I sneak in tonight before the weekend? Is that a true dental emergency? Now, you guys need to determine in your practice, what do you allow in for a dental emergency or not? But in my mind, your tooth got chipped on Monday. It's Friday and it's scratching your tongue a little bit. Am I going to stay late for that or not? You need to determine as a team, what is a dental emergency? As a team, you need your team members to be trained. So clinical team, doctors, help your front office team member understand what questions to ask to determine if it's an emergency, and what kind of emergency are we thinking? What kind of emergency are we expecting this to be, so we can be prepared? Okay. Now, once we've determined if it's a true emergency, the next thing is, where are we going to put them in the schedule? Which leads me back to the morning huddle. In the morning huddle, we know there's a chance we're going to have emergencies. Every dental office has them, right? Some of you might have 20 a day. Some of you might have 2 a day, but you have dental emergencies that call in. In the morning huddle, we need to look at the day and say, where are good places to put the emergencies? If an emergency calls in today, where would it fit in the schedule? Now, here's my suggestion for the morning huddle. The people who should answer that question are the dental assistants. The dental assistant should say in the morning, okay, if we have an emergency, they fit at 11, 2, or 4. Because it's the dental assistants who have to turn over the room, greet the patient, get the patient back, take the x-rays, or whoever that person is in your team. That person should be the person who determines when the emergencies can be seen. Therefore, we don't have the front and the back, the assistants and the front office team battling, because right now, when an emergency gets put in the schedule, the dental assistants are like, are you kidding me? Like, I had barely had time to go to the bathroom and they stuck another emergency in, right? And the front office team is like, I'm just doing what the doctor told us. The doctor said stick the appointment in and we're putting it in there. And we have this battle between the front and the back. So, really, in the mornings, the dental assistant can say, here are the times that make sense to have an emergency. Now, flipping it back to the front office team, now when that patient calls in, if it's a true emergency, guess when they get to come in? 10, 2, and 4, or whatever time the dental assistants have said is a good time. And they say, well, I can't come then. I can come at 11. I'm sorry. If it's a true dental emergency, if you're truly in pain, we could see you at 10, 2, or 4, right? Because if we let the patient dictate when they're going to come in, now the patient's running the schedule. Now we're being reactive to the schedule. If we truly want to take care of that patient and they're truly in pain, and we want to run a schedule that doesn't run us, then we determine when they can be seen. And if they really want to be seen, they're going to come at those times. So again, that is another reason to have the huddle in the morning, so we can be proactive about what the day is going to look like, proactive about dental emergencies, proactive about when it gets a little bit hairy, when it looks like it's going to be a little bit stressful, and how we can jump in as a team and help each other out to get through those times, versus reactive when we get to the end of the day and everyone's upset with each other because it was a crazy day and emergencies got stuck in and things didn't run well. Let's work as a team on the front end to make sure we do the most we can, the best we can, to get through all of that, because we know in a dental office, it's going to happen each and every day. So I hope I've motivated you enough to look at your huddles. If you're not having them, have them. If you need help with them, reach out to us. If your huddles are not great, get help with those, because they should be efficient and fun and have the day start on the right foot. And then lastly, use the huddles to help you with the dental emergencies that every dental office gets, especially on Friday afternoons before a 3-day weekend or after a full moon, right? On that note, I'm going to leave you guys with that to go look at your morning huddles. Again, we have all of this training available at Front Office Rocks. We are excited that you are connected to us listening to these. We hope you are. If you're not a client already, come check us out at Front Office Rocks. If you are, throw some questions in the chat over there in our conversations, and we would love to bring them to you within Front Office Rocks or here on the next episode. So on that note, have a great day, everybody, and thanks for listening.